Welcome, everyone. I want to welcome you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I love that this is a global Zoom connecting people all over the world in a movement called Proactive Wellness. My name is Kathy Lewis. I am from Wisconsin, and Proactive Wellness has been a huge part of my life for over 20 years. I am a mom of 6 kids. I'm a retired homeschool mom of 6. I have 9 grandchildren with 2 more on the way. And I want to live my best life and be active and vibrant and healthy for my kids and my grandkids. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. So proactive wellness has been a huge part of my life and very important to me for over 20 years. So before proactive wellness was even popular, I was seeking out farmers to find raw milk, to find pasture-raised eggs, to find grass-fed beef. I looked for herbal stores that I could buy herbs and make my own tinctures. I made bone broth. So all the things, and this is what people know me for. And I supplemented also throughout all of this, filled in the gaps with very, very high quality supplements. So high quality supplements aren't a new thing for me. I've been taking high quality supplements from my chiropractor, my naturopath, my homeopath for 20 plus years. So when I was introduced to this, I actually saw a friend of mine posting on social media. I reached out because I know that her bar is high for supplements. And she got me on the phone right away with a chiropractor, Dr. Alicia Clevenger, who you're going to hear from in a minute. And I was sold. I always look for high quality supplements. I'm always on the lookout for that. And this is that. So I'm super excited for her to share her expertise. Dr. Alicia Clevenger has been a chiropractor for over 20 years. She has a specialty in pediatrics and nutrition. She, at the beginning of her career, was adjusting over 500 patients a week. She was also speaking on the teaching circuit around the nation. So she knows her stuff, and I'm so glad that she's the first one that I talked to when I found out about this company. It's cool because now even though she's not adjusting 500 patients a week anymore, she's scaled that back, but she actually has expanded her territory to an international platform by joining the proactive wellness movement here at 3. So I'm so excited to have her share her expertise.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I am from Iowa, and like Kathy said, I have been a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractor over 20 years. And so I have lived in this world of proactive health. And so much like Kathy, I have spent a career in really helping people live their best lives and live vibrantly and do things that way. It wasn't always that way for me, though, to be quite honest. I have been known to say, I grew up in a medicine cabinet, and I grew up in a world where we didn't eat the highest quality food. We had soda readily at our house. Now it was soda from the 80s, so that might be a little different than it is now. But the truth is that I grew up in a small town in the Midwest where on a Friday morning, if my sister had a sore throat, my mom called in, and for the weekend, we were both on antibiotics. Like that's the world I lived in because we lived together. Wouldn't that make sense, right? And so I didn't grow up in that world. I think maybe I had a Flintstone vitamin occasionally or something like that. And it wasn't really until I was older that, and really into college, that I learned that there were things that you could do to take an active part in your health. And so when I made the decision to go to chiropractic school, that really just I dove straight in. And that's where I learned about this world of proactive health. And some people hear that and they think, well, I don't even know what that is. Like what does proactive health mean? And so I often when I was in full-time practice, I use a lot of analogies. And so one of the best analogies that you can use about proactive health is when you talk about a car. And so we're going to talk about a car for a minute. So when you think about it, people take care of their car. right? It's funny. Sometimes I say people take better care of their cars than they do their own bodies. But we get our oil changed. You want your car to run well, you get the oil changed, right? You get the tires rotated. You do general maintenance. You wash it. You take care of it. You vacuum it out. We do things to proactively take care of our car. And why do we do that? Because we don't want the bad things to happen. The bad things are expensive, right? The bad things are pricey. Bad things are time consuming because then you have to have a loaner, then you have to have somebody drive you around, like all these things. And often we don't just wait until the check engine light comes on before we call the mechanic. But if we do, it's amazing. People, when the check engine light comes on in their car, they lose their minds. They're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get my car in, gotta get my car in. But as humans, we often will walk around, people will walk around with headaches for months. People will walk around with aches in their, in their feet or their knees forever, right? And they'll finally go in and say, I want to do something about this. Those are engine warning lights. And that's really what we want to avoid. And there's things that we can do for our bodies, just like a car, like the general maintenance you do for your car, to really help your body live more vibrantly and vitalistically and healthy and be able to do the things you want to do and be active. So many people think that as we age, we start losing the ability to do things. And really, that's not shouldn't be the truth. And so whereas this world, we live in a world that for so often has been reactive, you wait until your blood pressure's high to go in, you wait until this happens to go in. We're seeing, and I sometimes think it might be one of the better things that came out of the past few years, that people are taking an active role in their health for the first time. They're really saying, I want to do some things for my body so I can be stronger and I can be healthier like you, which is mind blowing how many grandchildren you have, because you do not look old enough to have that many grandchildren. But it's the truth is that people are wanting to live better and live longer, but not just live longer. They want to have life in those years that they're living, right? They don't want to retire and sit on the couch and watch Price is Right, right? Like people want to get to those ages and be able to go travel and do things. And it's the decisions that you make when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s that really make such a huge difference. And I'm not saying it's too late when you get to your 60s and 70s. It's just that the things that we could do proactively for our health will pay off dividends later. And just like the car, just like a human. And that really is the biggest difference. And so my story is that I was introduced to these products through a friend, and who knew that, like Kathy, I had a really high bar. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't know. I had a lot of questions because if I was going to attach my name to it, it had to be something fabulous. And also, like Kathy, I had taken the best of the best. I've had access to supplements that, I can send in my license and get whatever I want to try. And so I thought I was taking things that were fabulous until I learned about one word, and the word's absorption. And that's what sets this company apart, because you can take the greatest ingredient on the planet. You can take things that are absolutely amazing, lace them with gold if you want to. But if you don't absorb them, it doesn't matter. And so when you start taking really high quality products and you absorb them, people are getting really phenomenal results. I'm excited because we have some awesome testimonials to share tonight, including yours. I'm excited for the world to hear yours, to share with people so that people can start to see that these aren't just another supplement company. This is a supplement company that also has bioavailability, absorption, and really can make an impact for proactive health for people across the board. So I'm so excited to be here because, as you can hear, this is my passion.
It totally is your passion. And I love that. And I love the car analogy. I share that all the time. And this is a little teaser for later when I'm going to share my story, because when I started these products, I didn't think I was going to have much of a result. Like, I didn't think I'd really feel them because I've taken such good products all these years. And it's like your car, like you said, I tell people this all the time. When I take my car in for maintenance, it wasn't running bad before I took it in, and it just came out the same. Like, the point of proactive wellness is to not ever feel any different, just to always feel good. So I've felt good all of these years. And so taking these products, I didn't think I was going to feel much different because I'm like, I've been proactive for 20 years. But I have experienced some things, which I will share at the end.
Oh,
But what I want you to share, because I was thinking, okay, what product could Dr. Alicia highlight? Like one or two products that she could highlight that would be really good for this proactive wellness talk. And I literally could not decide. I take all six of the products and I rub the other one on my face, and I'm like, I can't pick. So I would love for you to take each one of these products and share how each one of them can proactively help us live a more vibrant, active, like healthy life. That would be
yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. Yeah. And it's so funny. I actually was in about an hour outside Des Moines today, this afternoon, doing a presentation for some ladies that are on our team in three. And, that always comes up, like, what's your favorite? And it's so hard because each one has its own purpose. And you'll hear that when I talk about them. They each have their own facet and they all work. I think the best way to describe them, here I go. See, I have an analogy problem. Um, it's kind of like a symphony, right? So when you walk by, you're walking down the street and you pass an orchestra hall and you listen in and the flutes are playing and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds absolutely gorgeous. And then maybe the winds add in and you're like, wow. And then slowly all the different areas of the orchestra come together. And by the end, you're like, whoa, like that's a complete masterpiece. And so individually, each of these parts, each of these products have their place. Together, they're a symphony. And like you, this is all I take. And I always say it's health made easy, right? It really, really is. There's so many ingredients that you're going to see in these products that you can take it for something and you're not lining up 10 different bottles. You're not wondering if you're covering your bases. They're all in there. And that's what's so awesome about it. So I want to touch on them. I call it speed dating. So these are speed dating for the products at three. Like Kathy said, there's only 7 of them. And that's one of the things I love because it's easy. So I was not a multivitamin fan before meeting three. I was a person that didn't think anybody could do it right. And I really truly still believe that many people can't until this one. This product, I would love to tell you that we get what we need from our diet, but even the people, much like Kathy, that have some of the cleanest diets out there are noticing changes with this product because the way that it's put together is like no other. It's easy. It's a little packet every single day. And within that little packet, you get so much. All of these things on the screen. So this is gut health. People will tell me I have phenomenal gut health. If there's one thing that you need to have in order, your house in order for proactive health, it's your gut. The gut connection is so strong. It affects your brain, it affects your immune system, it affects really every portion of your body. And so having a great gut health can come from this product. Trace minerals, enzymes. You take an enzyme and you put it in somebody's body that we used to really get in our foods, and you put it in somebody's body, it's like lighting things up. It's like turning on the switches, and all of a sudden people are like, whoa, my body's working again, right? There's no caffeine in this product, but people tell me they get energy from it. They sleep better. They have more energy. They don't feel like they need a nap at 4 o'clock. That's proactive health because you're giving your food nutrition. You're giving your body nutrition that it's not getting. I know no matter what, I actually was just on a trip, came back from a few days in Mexico. I didn't eat the greatest, right? But I knew my bases were covered because I was taking this little packet every single day. And that's awesome. Inflammation is at the root of, I want to say this is my favorite one for every single one, by the way. Inflammation, though, is at the root of all disease. And if somebody said, do most people have inflammation? Yes, most people do. And in some form. And you really want to keep your inflammation low. This is a natural anti-inflammatory, a way to do that. This is flexibility, agility, mobility, muscle recovery, and it works great. This is 4 different absorption technologies in this product. So you're getting really high absorption of some really amazing ingredients that help with inflammation. So people will say, I feel like I have less brain fog. I feel like I'm moving better. I feel like my joints have some WD-40 on them, right? Like what happens when you move better? You move more. right? And so when people start to feel like they can move and they can go up and down the stairs easier and they have less inflammation, that really affects everything. And so this product is just essential. All of our products have studies behind them. The ones that come up with this and what it does for inflammation are out of this world. And so this is a phenomenal product. I won't go a day without because I want low inflammation. As we've just sat on this call, our bodies have continued to age, right? Every minute, your cells are aging. And there has to be a way for your body to damage, repair, and protect against further things that are coming, right? It doesn't matter whether it's the air we breathe, things we put on our skin. We are constant stress. We are constantly exposed to things that are damaging and aging our cells really at a rapid rate. This is great. It's an easy packet. Again, I'm a busy mom of 3, so I want things easy. I can take this packet, throw it in my bag, throw it in my purse on the way out the door. And tastes great like berries. And it's a great way for your body to get what it needs for cellular health, cellular repair, energy. This is awesome. There's a lot of studies out there about some of the ingredients in here that talk about exercise performance. So athletes love this product, but resveratrol, it's one of the most studied things out there. It's a phenomenal product and people just love that. I mean, when I say anti-aging, most people think wrinkles. I think, how do you want to get up and down off the floor with your grandkids when you're 75 years old? That's this product. Collagen is so hot right now. And it's so good. I mean, it's such a great thing for hair, skin, nails, and joints. Our collagen actually has a epigenetic study that shows an improvement in the genes that control cognitive health, so brain function. That's huge. Another great thing about our collagen is you just take it 10 days a month, and it actually stimulates your body to make its own collagen, which is even better, right? So you take it 10 days on and 20 days off. I love this product. I know of more people that this gets them moving, running. But I actually just had a woman I talked to this afternoon who said this product, like her hair was really thinning, and this has made such a difference for her in her hair, her skin, her nails. That's just a huge thing. So amazing, beautiful blend of ingredients. It's a marine-based collagen, which is my favorite. And it's not just my favorite. Marine has so many benefits as opposed to beef or chicken. This is just such a high quality, well done collagen. Immune, actually, I wish we would call this immune gut health. Right now, this is heading into the season where this one's my favorite because this is 18 ingredients that support the immune system. So I was one of these people, right? I was one of these people that, I had all the things lined up that you see on this screen. I had zinc and nanosilver and vitamin C and elderberry and D3 and aloe and all these things lined up for, it's like an arsenal for, when my kids are back in school and the things are coming in winter. I don't have to do it anymore. I have one little bottle that I know has 18 things in it, and we go on about our day. So it's super easy. And if you have to support your immune system for proactive health. So that's a huge component. Another conversation I've had recently is about detoxing. Well, I was just on a trip, so indulged a little bit. So what a great thing to do was come back, but I'm taking this on a regular basis. I am making sure that my body is detoxing some of the extra stuff, whether, like it's like earlier, the air we breathe, the foods we eat, there's residues on them. It's kind of like your gas tank. We're just going to be known as the car people tonight. It's like the car. Imagine having a car and there's a whole bunch of trash in your gas tank. Is the car going to work very well? Is the engine going to work very well? No. So what a way, this is like the cleaner for the gas tank. This is a way to clean out the gas so your body can work better. And people will say, I have less bloating. I have more energy. I don't feel so yuck anymore. I feel like I move better. I have less inflammation. Yeah, because you got rid of all the toxins, and that right there is huge. This is that, again, blend of ingredients, power packed with things that really make a difference for cleaning out your system, which we really should be doing. But what's so great about this is it's gentle, right? It's not like I'm going to take a little detox and be near a bathroom. It's a gentle detox that you can take and really support your system. So it's very gentle in that way. And Kathy said she let the cat out of the bag. We have 6 products and one she puts on her face. And this is that product. This is our newest product. By the way, the first time they released this was August 17th and it sold out in 3 weeks. It's now back in stock. And it's moving quickly because people love it. It's a skincare to start. It's actually a neurocosmetic is the true term. The first part is a skincare. It's part of, I don't want to say that I'm vain, but I want to look healthy. I'm spending so much time, I spend so much effort talking to people about being healthy. I want to look healthy. And so my skin, I started using this product and right away I noticed a difference in my texture. I noticed a difference in tone. People are absolutely loving this product for skin. It's very clean. All the ingredients are green on the EWG, if that's something you look at. So really, really clean ingredients. But here's what happens. When you put this on your skin, it goes down into the deep into the skin and it gives you this nice, vibrant glow. And it sends a message to the brain that says, oh, I feel good. And when you look good, you feel good. And you feel good, you look good. It's a cycle. It's a skin-brain connection. And what will happen is the brain will then release neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, DHEA. These are the blend of ingredients that affect the skin. And then you get the effects for the brain and the mood. And I will tell you, they're blown away with this product. I love it I'm hearing a lot of mood. I'm hearing I'm not so snappy. I hear I sleep better. And I will tell you, I have a husband who is not a skincare person, and he's putting this on twice a day because of how it makes him sleep and how it makes his mood. And he's always in a good mood anyway, but he can tell a difference in his sleep. It's night and day for him. And it's amazing. So this is a skincare neurocosmetic that affects mood. And this is my new favorite because it's new. I can really say that, right? So that's it. Like that's really the 7 products that make up 3. And really each of them, as you could see, has a place for your health. You're detoxing, you're supporting your immune system, you're supporting your gut, you're supporting your structure and with the collagen, you're giving your body anti-aging and cellular repair, and you're giving it its vital nutrients. You've covered all your bases. And so when I say this is all I take, this is all I take because I've covered everything. So I hope that was helpful, what you were looking for.
That was super helpful. And I, like you, I had a whole cabinet full. I had an arsenal. I had
Yeah.
all this mix match going on in my cabinet. And I actually was experiencing for many years, I guess, decision overload, decision fatigue, it was
Right.
just too much. It was too much of a good thing. And so I am so thankful that I now have my cabinet with just six products. And in my bathroom is the Visage. Now I will say the fact that I'm actually using that skincare product blows me away because I am so earthy that I make my own cream for my face. Okay. And I've done this for 20 years. So the fact that I'm actually using this and liking it is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never
It is.
ever used somebody else's skincare.
Well, and that's what's so incredible. People are saying, just like you, like they would take things for a little bit and then that's it, right? Like they would take things for a few days or a month. And this is not that way. This is like empty bottle problems. Like people empty the bottle and they can't wait to open their next one. Like they want it because of how this makes them feel and function in their day. And it's because you're actually absorbing the nutrients. And I'll say, rather than just creating a lot of expensive waste, which is what people are doing. With so
It's so
many of
true.
them.
And I hear that from a lot of people that say they are horrible supplement takers, and yet they've been on these products for 4 months, 6 months, a year, and they've never stayed on one product line for that long ever.
Yeah,
And they're
absolutely.
taking them every single day.
Yeah.
So
And it's true. I'd love to hear your testimonial.
yes. So my weak link is my digestion. Okay. And I have been proactive about my digestion for 20 years. And I've never actually had a success story until now. And I am blown away by this. So, and gut health is everything. Gut health is like, if I were to pick the one thing for proactive health, I would say gut health. And I have been striving for that for 20 years. So, and it didn't happen right away, I will say. So it took about 3 or 4 months before I started noticing like it actually what happens is you stop thinking about your problem and then you realize you don't have it anymore. So before taking these supplements, I would wake up in the morning and I would feel fine. And then throughout the day, the bloat would come. And by the end of the day, I was completely bloated. And nothing I ever did helped this situation. So about 3 or 4 months into using these products, I stopped thinking about being bloated and I realized it had vanished. I was no longer dealing with that problem. So that is amazing. That's life-changing for me. The other thing is with all of my grandchildren that I don't want to stay away from when they're sick because they're adorable and I want to kiss their chubby cheeks. So I don't stay away. And prior to this, I would catch everything that they had, right? Even with my arsenal of all of these immune supplements. And it's got to be, like you said, because of the absorption, because I've been taking these supplements for 14 months, and there have been 2 days that I felt like I might be getting sick. And so I doubled up on the immune and I woke up the next morning fine. So literally for 14 months, getting coughed on by grandkids, snotted on, puked on, drooled on, all the things, I've not been sick. That's
It's
huge. That is proactive wellness. I also feel 10 years younger. So when you said crawling around, like, yes, wrinkles, not looking, old, but being able to crawl around on the floor with my grandkids, that's everything for me. So I can crawl around on the floor with my grandkids. My digestion feels amazing, and I don't get the stuff that they snot on me.
yeah.
So I'm loving it.
And don't
But yeah,
you find that you feel like as time goes by, you continue to notice more and more, like as you infuse more of these good ingredients into your body, don't you find, and I hear this a lot, and I've experienced it myself, that the changes just continue to improve. It's like you put the better gas in and you started taking care of the car a little bit better. And then over time, it's like it's getting better.
yes, absolutely. And I'm glad I wanted you to speak to that because yes, that's what I've experienced. And a lot of people have experienced that very thing that over time, things are improving. So
Absolutely. It's
thank
huge.
you for that.
All right. Well, here we go.
But so yeah, we want to bring on a couple people to share their stories of how these have initially maybe helped them, but then these women have been on these products for a while. So what has happened over time? So I'd like to bring up Laura. She's a nurse from Iowa. So if Laura wants to pop on and share her story, that would be amazing. Hey,
Thank
Laura.
you, guys. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. This is exciting. So I've been a nurse for 27 years. 16 of those years I practiced in the hospital in the acute care setting. And for the past 13 years, I've been a middle school nurse. My husband and I have always been into wellness as far as exercise, running, lifting weights, trying to eat healthy, but really never taken supplements for proactive wellness or really understood what proactive wellness was. So last year, winter, my friend Edie had been talking about these supplements, what she was taking, the results her family was having. And we really were just kind of hesitant. We're like, oh gosh, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. But we kept listening, seeing her posts and listening to her. It really took us several months to dive into that. And what made us dive in is some significant health problems, concerns that my husband and I, especially my husband, had had. So last spring is when we decided to go all in an effort to help with these health concerns. And we have had life-changing results. Our story is really good. So my husband started with Revive and Vitalite. He has had a 20-year history of joint, hip pain, back pain, played basketball in college, lifted heavy weights his whole life. So for the past 20 years, lots of pain, discomfort in his body. These symptoms have been for about 20 years. He no longer has the discomfort. He used to use a cane after he played basketball. He doesn't use the cane anymore, and he can get up easily from chairs like he didn't used to be able to do. So that's been really great for him. He also has had some bowel problems. So months before he started these 2 supplements, he was having mucus in his stools. Within just a few months of taking the supplements, the mucus has resolved. So we're excited for his follow-up testing to see how much he's healed inside for that. Around the same time, he was also having some eye inflammation and discomfort. So he had spent about a year on steroid eye drops for this eye condition without any improvement. The physicians talked about starting him on oral immunosuppressants, which we were not okay with. So within just around 3 months, when he started seeing results with the other things, he was able to decrease the steroid eye drops, and we're currently hoping to wean him off of those. So significant things happening. With all the above things that I mentioned, with all the discussions with doctors of what was going on with him, the common denominator and all those discussions with the different practitioners was that he just must have a lot of inflammation in his body. That was our answer. The bonus result that he had with the significant discomfort, release in discomfort, and the eye condition in his stools was also his hair thickened. We're nearing 50, and he was starting to get a little bald spot on the top of his head, and that's completely filled in, which he just noticed about a month ago. So my story is I only started on the collagen last spring. I had already been taking a different kind for a couple of years. I didn't quite know if I was seeing results, but I truly started this collagen in March, and we were getting ready for a trip to Hawaii. And I was 3 days in, and I had been working on my heels for a long time to get them ready and my feet ready for Hawaii. And I noticed how soft, like a baby skin, my heels were just within a few days of the collagen. I was just shocked at those results so quickly. And then also the suppleness in my face and the dry areas around my nose and cheeks had vanished. I also have a history of almost 15 years of foot discomfort and decreased range of motion in my toes and my feet. I've put a lot of miles on my feet with running and also with my nursing career. So I used to take ibuprofen at night. Couldn't sleep without it. My feet would throb. We no longer have ibuprofen in our cupboard. And this is after I should back up. I took the collagen after my husband had results from the Vitalite and the Revive. I started taking those. So within about a month, I noticed the decreased foot discomfort. And then I have full range of motion of my great toe, and I haven't had that for almost 10 years. And we don't buy ibuprofen. It's not on our grocery list anymore. And it's up in the cupboard where I can't even reach it any longer. I'm also a regular plasma donator. I've been donating twice a week for almost 5 years. I've had to take iron supplements to keep my hematocrit level at a healthy level to donate, and I no longer have to take iron supplements for that. In addition, my hair at my temples was getting very thin, and probably within the last couple months, I've really noticed fullness at my temple where my hair is growing. So new hair growth, my bowels are regular, my skin is more toned and clear. I still would get acne breakouts in my 40s, and I haven't had a pimple in a really long time, so that's awesome. And then we recently just were able to start our 2 young adult daughters on Vitalite and Immune. And our youngest daughter, Ava, who goes to Iowa State, developed some viral cold symptoms a couple of weeks ago. She had been on the Immune just for a couple of weeks, and her symptoms were just under 48 hours. Normally, when we develop those symptoms and get the most recent virus, it's Dayquil, NyQuil, all the cold medicine. We never had to do any of that for her, so her symptoms were shortened a lot. And then prior to the supplements, also we have always taken Zyrtec and Claritin, always since my girls were little. We're all on Immune, and we have not had any Zyrtec or Claritin this fall, which is huge for us. So joining this movement, we've had extraordinary results. We didn't expect this. it's just been amazing for our health. And we love that we're on this platform and that we can tell people about our journey and how they can better their health with these supplements. And we are part of this amazing company being led by wonderful people, and our circle is bigger, and we're just loving everything about it. So thank you.
Wow. I have never heard your story. That is absolutely amazing. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for sharing. You literally hit all the bases. I mean,
Her
it,
story is incredible. I think the most incredible part of that, if people listened, you guys aren't even 50 and your husband was using a cane to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
That's
right,
incredible.
right,
Incredible. Awesome.
right. Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah. Wow. I want to shout this from the rooftop,
I know. I
and I'm
know.
sure you do too. Life-changing. Thanks so much, Laura.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to bring up Christine. She is from Wisconsin. She lives in my town here, and she's going to share her story. Welcome, Christine.
Well, thank you. I'm thrilled to be on. And how do I follow up that story?
Right?
So, just so incredible. And also the points that both you, Kathy, and Alicia have made, they were in my mind to say. So, but thank you for having me on. Proactive wellness is forefront in my mind and has been for almost 3 decades. I lost my mom 26 years ago to lifestyle choices and illnesses. And that was an eye-opener for me to take my own health way more seriously. And then I lost my father 15 years ago, and that again instilled in me taking action with my own health and doing as much as I could to be healthy. So I've done a really good job. I've been diligent, and until 3, I didn't realize how much better I could feel. I thought I was really healthy and for the most part, had lots of energy. And I want to thank Dr. Dan Gubler for formulating these products because I take all of them. And I was thinking, well, what will I share? And then as I was making my notes, I really could reiterate so much of what has been said. But for me personally, I am an energetic person, but within 4 days, I had so much energy. I thought, is something wrong with me? Because now I have way more energy. And I love that. But on the flip side, I started sleeping better. And when I went through menopause, many people can relate. It was a very difficult time. And when you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't fall back to sleep for, 2 or 3 hours and the brain is just won't stop, I found that I would wake up and I was able to go back to sleep. And feeling well rested when I wake up in the morning is life-changing for me. So the energy was good, but yet I was sleeping. And I can agree with you, Kathy. I felt less bloated. My digestion has been so great. And the bonus is that without trying, I've lost a few pounds. So that not setting out to do that, but I have. One of the biggest things is I have anxiety. And I said to my husband about 2 or 3 months after being on the products, honey, I feel even keeled. And that's huge for anyone that struggles with anxiety. And for me, it's amazing because it reared its ugly head during menopause. So be careful when you go through that if you haven't experienced it. So the final product that I absolutely love, and I love all of them. I won't go a day without using these products. And I came from trying different supplements, knowing that I want to be on certain supplements, but I would put them on my counter. I'd put them on my nightstand. I'd put them in the bathroom, and I'd have them everywhere to try and remind me to take the supplements or whatever I was trying to address. And I could never make it past, 3-4 days. These products, I crave them. They are part of my routine. I won't go a day without taking them. But my favorite right now is Visage. And I started putting it on my skin. And within 2 days, I felt that my skin was tighter. It had a better texture. And I loved it. So then I started getting compliments. And one of the compliments was, "Oh my gosh, Chris, you look so much better than you did the last time I saw you." So all I'm going to say is thank you, Visage, for that. So I trust in the formulation. Thank you to Dr. Dan Gubler. And I love that they're clean. They're whole food based. There aren't any, synthetics. There's no garbage in the products. And I love that the products give me empowerment over what I can put inside my body. And I feel like I'm taking care of my organs and I don't need to worry about, that part of it. And in turn, on the flip side, I'm finding that I want to take care of my external environment. I want to go to bed a little bit earlier. I want to make better food choices, exercise regularly, and drink less alcohol and drink more water. And the other thing that I just remembered is 22 years ago, I had a really severe accident and I had a Liz Frank joint injury to my foot. And so I have really bad arthritis in my foot. And I love to play pickleball and I teach fitness classes. So before 3, I would take 4 Motrin almost every day. And now having a very active lifestyle, I get out of bed after I meditate, because I believe in that. You got to have, mental wellness. I get out of bed and I don't limp. I can walk. My body feels good. And that's life changing because like you said, Alicia, that makes me want to move even more. So that I probably left out so many notes. I have notes on the right, notes on the left, but we don't have all night. And, but I feel vibrant. I feel vitality within my life, and I'm excited to be able to be a grandma at some point. And my parents never got to see our children grow up, and I want to live with youth and feel younger and be able to get down on the ground with our grandchildren and just be healthy for the rest of my life. And I really love 3, and I'm so grateful to be able to have that opportunity. So
Thank you so much, Christine. You are on the right path.
Yeah, you are.
And the word on the street is that you do look younger. Literally, somebody today just told me that. They're like,
really,
Christine's looking really good. I think what she's taking is working. So, and it's the inside out and then the
It is.
visage on the outside. I mean, yeah, you are on the right path. So thank you for sharing. That was amazing. I've known you, but I haven't heard the entire story. So I love that. So thank you, everyone. If Laura wanted to pop back on, I want to thank Dr. Alicia for bringing her expertise to this call. I want to thank Laura and Christine for sharing your stories. And I want to thank the viewers for tuning in. If you're new to this, if this is all new to you and somebody invited you here, get back to the person who invited you and share with them what you learned, share with them what you liked, and tell them that you want to be more proactive with your health because it's totally worth it. It's a life worth living, a healthy life, vibrant energy, all that you've heard. So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to all say goodbye. Have a great night.
Bye, everybody.